days ago, the state's minimum wage was increased to $12 an hour.
Now there is a proposal to hike it to $16. Tonight, Target 7 looks into what impact that would have on workers and employers.
Look at this chart. 4 years ago, the minimum wage in New Mexico was $7.50 an hour. Just days ago, it jumped to $12. And now, some lawmakers want it to increase to $16 an hour.
It is a big jump. New Mexico, operating with a $16 minimum wage, produces a potentially challenging business environment for a lot of New Mexico businesses who are looking to get off the ground.
It's a little frustrating because it hasn't even been a week since they've done it, and they're already talking about increasing it again.
Restaurant owner George Griego argues that current businesses would also struggle.
I think people just don't understand that a restaurant, a small business owner, a guy that owns, electrical company, a plumbing company, you just can't keep absorbing costs without eventually passing them on to your customers.
If approved during the legislative session, the change would give the Land of Enchantment the highest minimum wage in the country. Currently, New Mexico is one of 17 states that has a minimum wage of $12 or more.
Why is that a bad thing? Isn't that a good thing that New Mexico is a leader and frankly has been a leader on a number of issues that are working family oriented?
State Representative Christy Chandler of Los Alamos is sponsoring House Bill 25. Under this bill, the change would go into effect in 2024. It also creates a provision in which the minimum wage would automatically go up at the same rate as inflation.
If they're working 40 hours a week, they expect to be able to support themselves. And I think that's a very fair expectation. And it's to all of our advantages that they be able to do so.
UNM economist Riley White says the bill could boost the wages of at least 30% of the state's workforce. The most recent increase only affected 2% of workers. That's because most businesses were already paying minimum wage or more.
What happens is businesses increase performance standards. The second thing is that what happens is that businesses start to get picky about who they hire. They go for older, more experienced individuals over younger people looking to start out in their jobs.
Griego says he has employees at Central Grill that make more than $16 an hour. However, he is worried that everyone will expect a raise if minimum wage jumps again.
Why don't we just wait a while, see what happens, count the cards, see how it's worked out, and then if something happens in the future, then, they address it.
For Target 7, I'm John Cardinelli.
The legislative session starts January 17th. Tuesday was the first day legislators could file bills.